Ever wondered what bird flu is and why it's a cause for concern? Bird flu or avian influenza is a viral infection that primarily affects birds, especially poultry like chickens, ducks, and turkeys. It's a contagious disease that can wreak havoc on poultry populations, but its significance doesn't stop there. Some strains of this virus, while mostly confined to our feathered friends, can also infect humans, leading to severe illness and, in rare cases, even death. It's this ability of certain strains to cross species barriers that makes bird flu a matter of public health concern. Understanding bird flu, its various types, how it spreads, its symptoms in both birds and humans, how we can prevent and control its spread, and how public health responds to outbreaks is crucial. It's not just about protecting our poultry, it's about safeguarding our own health as well. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the world of bird flu. Bird flu isn't just one disease. There are several strains. Let's explore them. Bird flu or avian influenza is not a one-size-fits-all condition. It comes in multiple strains, each with its own characteristics and impacts. These strains are classified based on two types of surface proteins present on the virus: hemagglutinin, abbreviated as H, and neuraminidase, abbreviated as N. One of the most infamous strains is the H5N1 virus. First detected in humans in Hong Kong in 1997, it has been a recurring public health concern ever since. H5N1 is particularly lethal with a high mortality rate in humans. It primarily affects birds, but can jump to humans who come into close contact with infected birds or contaminated environments. But H5N1 is not the only strain we need to watch out for. Other strains like H7N9 and H9N2 have also proven capable of crossing the species barrier. H7N9 was first identified in humans in China in 2013, causing severe respiratory illness. While it's less often in the headlines, H9N2 is also worth noting. It's less severe but more widespread, and it can serve as a mixing vessel for the creation of new strains. Now, it's important to highlight that the majority of bird flu strains primarily affect birds and do not cause significant illness in humans. However, the ones that can infect humans, like H5N1, H7N9, and H9N2, are of particular concern due to their potential to cause severe disease and even death. Our understanding of these viruses is constantly evolving, as is the viruses themselves. They can change and mutate, leading to the emergence of new strains. This is why continuous monitoring and research are critical in the fight against bird flu. While many strains of bird flu exist, only a few pose a significant threat to humans. This highlights the importance of vigilance, surveillance, and coordinated efforts among public health and veterinary authorities to keep an eye on these viruses and act swiftly when new threats emerge. How does bird flu spread? This is a question many people ask. Bird flu, or avian influenza, primarily spreads among birds. Direct contact with infected birds, their droppings, or surfaces contaminated with these droppings is the main mode of transmission. This can occur in various settings, such as poultry farms, markets, and even in the wild where birds interact with each other. Birds infected with the virus can shed it through their saliva, nasal secretions, and feces. When healthy birds come in contact with these substances from an infected bird, they too can contract the virus. That's why outbreaks of bird flu can spread rapidly within poultry flocks, particularly in conditions where birds are kept in close quarters. But what about transmission from birds to humans? While this is much rarer, it is possible and has occurred in the past. Typically, this happens when a person has close contact with infected birds or their environments. For example, someone working on a poultry farm, handling live infected poultry, or touching surfaces contaminated with their droppings can potentially catch the virus. However, it's important to note that most strains of bird flu do not infect humans. The strains that have caused human infections, such as H5N1, H7N9, and H9N2, are relatively few. While transmission from birds to humans is rare, it's important to understand how it happens. This knowledge is crucial in preventing potential outbreaks and protecting both bird and human populations from this disease. Ever wondered how bird flu affects birds and humans? Well, the symptoms can vary greatly depending on the strain of the virus and the host. In birds, the signs can range from subtle to severe. Some birds may exhibit respiratory symptoms like coughing or difficulty breathing. Decreased egg production can be another telltale sign in poultry. More severe symptoms can include swelling of the head and even sudden death in poultry flocks. In humans, the symptoms of bird flu mimic those of the conventional flu at first. These can include fever, cough, and sore throat, along with muscle aches. However, as the disease progresses, these symptoms can escalate. Difficulty breathing may occur, indicating potential respiratory complications. In severe cases, the condition can lead to pneumonia, a serious lung infection. Respiratory failure, where the lungs fail to adequately oxygenate the blood, is another grave complication. In the worst-case scenario, the disease can result in death. It's important to remember that these severe symptoms are not common and usually occur in individuals who have had close contact with infected birds. It's also crucial to note that early detection and treatment can significantly improve the odds of recovery. So while bird flu primarily affects birds, certain strains can also affect humans, causing a range of symptoms. Symptoms in humans can range from mild to severe, making it vital to seek immediate medical attention if suspected. Preventing the spread of bird flu is crucial, but how can this be achieved? Let's delve into the ways we can keep this infectious disease at bay. Foremost, the implementation of stringent biosecurity measures on poultry farms plays a pivotal role. This involves limiting access to wild birds that might be carriers of the infection. It's essential to regularly disinfect facilities and ensure the environment is conducive to healthy poultry. Monitoring bird health, watching for signs of illness or abnormal behavior is a crucial task. In regions where bird flu is rampant, more drastic measures may be required. Culling, or the selective slaughter of infected poultry flocks, is often a necessary step to halt further spread of the virus. It's a harsh reality, but it serves to protect the majority from the disease that a few might harbor. Prevention doesn't stop at the farm gate, though. Awareness among the public is equally important. Encouraging safe handling and cooking of poultry and discouraging interaction with wild birds can significantly reduce the risk of transmission to humans. In the larger picture, continuous research, surveillance, and the development of effective vaccines against specific bird flu strains are indispensable in the fight against this disease. Remember, it's not solely about protecting our feathered friends, but also about safeguarding human health. After all, as the saying goes, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Prevention is key in controlling the spread of bird flu. When bird flu infects humans, it becomes a public health concern. How do authorities respond? When human cases of bird flu are detected, a rapid and coordinated response is key. It begins with quarantine measures. Infected individuals are isolated to prevent further spread of the virus. This can mean hospitalization in severe cases or staying at home for those with milder symptoms. Next, health authorities conduct contact tracing. They identify and monitor individuals who have been in close contact with the infected person. This helps to quickly identify any new infections and contain the spread of the virus. Alongside these measures, antiviral treatment is administered. While no cure exists for bird flu, antiviral medication can lessen the severity of the disease and shorten the time the patient is sick. It's important to note, however, that the effectiveness of these drugs varies depending on the strain of the virus and how quickly treatment is started. In parallel to these immediate responses, ongoing efforts to develop vaccines against specific strains of bird flu are critical. Vaccines stimulate our immune system to produce antibodies that recognize and fight off the virus. While several vaccines are in various stages of testing and development, none are currently available for widespread use. A coordinated effort among public health and veterinary authorities is essential in controlling bird flu. Their combined efforts ensure that outbreaks are quickly identified, contained, and treated, thus safeguarding both human health and the poultry industry.